Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Capital A Trading and welcome to my Forex weekly review. So this is just going to be that video where I'm reviewing what I said on Sunday, looking at the trades that I've mentioned and just seeing how they progress throughout the week, seeing how the investments would have gone for you. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner, stay up to date with the channel. There's some really exciting content coming. Again, quick shout out to the Absolutely magazine. Thank you for everything you do. If you haven't checked that out already, do so now. With that, let's get into the charts and see how the week's progressed. Okay, guys, so as usual, I'm going to start by reviewing the gold, and then I had a little trade on Bitcoin that's actually still valid now, so it's something to still look out for the rest of the week. What I want to explain is the sells that I was mentioning on gold. I'll start with the gold euro. So this is the daily swing, the daily picture now. As you can see, price was in this area for quite some time. We've had a good move from the area. It came again this week, had another push down. It now looks like it's going to grab the liquidity and go to a higher area. So that trade's now invalid. The sell's no longer able to be taken. I'm going to be watching the 1520, 1530 area. I want to see what price is going to do when it gets a bit higher up in that level there. That's the gold euro. So there's no trade there. That's become invalid. If I then move to the gold USD, okay, this is something that I'm monitoring right now. This is something that I've got a heavy focus on for Friday. I know that this tends to move on a Friday. The gold will usually kind of sit all week. So what you'll notice here is kind of just been sitting in that range all week, and now Thursday's come, it's starting to make its move. So Friday, I reckon we're going to get the real story shown to us. What I've marked up this morning with my students is the body of this candle on the daily picture. So I'm going to kind of let Thursday play out, let today finish, and see how this daily candle closes. If I start to see that buying pressure gets absorbed, then I'll know that there's a possible sell for tomorrow from the 1810, 1815 mark. So keep an eye on this one. It's had a little move. It's had a little move from here today. So there was a bit of news this afternoon. It had a little bit of news, and then it's come down. It's come down from the 1800 mark. So this is what I was talking about here, the 1799. We're now at the other part of the transaction where I know the trade would play off the body of that daily candle. So let's keep an eye on it. It's still valid. It hasn't beaten this area yet the way the gold euro has. 1810, 1815 will be the last point of call. If it does close above this candle, if the body closes above here, let's say around 1821 tonight, the trade becomes invalid for me and I'll let it go till next week. Moving on to Bitcoin. I had a sell position around the 60,000. So what you'll notice on Bitcoin is there's something they're doing around the 60,000 level. Price seems to keep shooting through it. There seems to be a little bit of imbalances areas there. Price is had history of turning around there before. So just looking at it now, if I look at this daily picture and move down to the 4 hour, this is the picture that I'm looking at. Okay, so I'm expecting price to move from the 60,000 mark. I want to see it hit into this candle here, this lonesome blue candle, and then maybe start to make a push to the downside. If it doesn't go from there, then I'll be looking at the 64 mark from this candle over here and just kind of watching what's going to happen with price action and seeing where the sell can take place. Now, what the beauty of this is these trading methods that I've learned over the past 5 years around currencies, it's brilliant to see that they actually work in the new cryptos as well. So this is something for the long term. Okay, so again, just keep an eye on this one, 60,000 on Bitcoin. Okay, guys, so just a quick update on the UK 100. This was one of my main focuses for the week. It has eaten the area, so it's taken the area out where I wanted to see a sell from. It's still almost valid where it is. It's basically, let me explain. So on this weekly time frame, price can come to the 7200 mark, and then it would be playing off of this candle. However, we're in the imbalance zone, and I just wanted to see if there'll be a small push around the key level of 7,000. I'm going to invalidate that now, okay, and move it to the 7200 mark and say, look, let's watch what price does off this area, off this candle. It's a weekly time frame. I believe this was when coronavirus struck. So yeah, the UK 100 was doing fine. Coronavirus struck, it all hell broke loose, it dropped, and it's now coming back towards that area around about what's been about 18 months now. So let's just see what happens around the 7200, 7400 mark. I'm predicting a big drop from there. So that's the UK 100. Okay, guys, next up is the pound USD. Very similar picture. So basically, this has been the story for weeks now. I'm expecting price to eventually come into one of my blue boxes, whether it be the one above 140 or the one below 136. It's kind of judging which one's it going to do first. So what I said at the start of the week was this buy area. I was looking to buy it from down here off the 137, 600, 700 level. It almost got there. It came to 138 and it's having a push up. Now, what it's doing is it's looking like it's playing off of a buy to sell scenario in this area. And I'm still expecting price to now drop from there. I'm not going to trade that because it's not the entry I want. I'm going to expect to see the buy down here, then play off of this area, this candle, which will then rise us into this blue box finally above the 140,500 level. That's still valid. I'm going to look out for that tomorrow and see if we can get that rise. If I then move to the Euro USD, this was a trade that it's been well, it's gone well. I called it in a very the perfect area, 21,500, and we've had the drop. We've had the drop off of this candle. So just looking at it now, the aim for the week was the retest. So what I'm looking at is possible maybe 121, 121, 200. I just want to see if price is going to pull back up to this level here and then continue. There's been a 4-hour structure break. This is something that I'm comfortable with. So I know that for that to happen, the market makers have to have pumped some money into this market. So let's keep an eye on that 121, 121, 200 level, potential sell for tomorrow. After tomorrow, if it doesn't play off like that, I'll kind of invalidate the trade. And again, catch the Sunday video where I'll be updating this Euro USD with my new thoughts. That's the pound USD and the Euro USD. Okay, guys, quick update on the pound CAD. I'll just give you a quick little education on this here. So basically what's happened is what I've been marching on about for weeks now is this area. You can see that the market makers have manipulated. Now, how do I know that? Well, it shoots out of it quite fast. So when you get the 3 black candles here shooting down, it lets me know that money has been pumped on the sell side in that area. So something's been happened, a contract's been made, a transaction in this area by the big banks, and they're going to come back to it at a later date. Now, here's the hard part about trading. It's going to test your patience. Can you wait for it? So this happened on the 10th of March, 2021. And price threatened to come back to it a few times, and eventually goes away, dropping all the way down here. We're now a month later, and we're nowhere near that area. It's had a good move away. What you then get for the next couple of weeks is price shooting up, heading back quite fast towards this area. Now notice, what I want you to just notice is, you see how price shot down through this area? Well, look how it shoots back up through the same area. This is the market makers rushing back to a particular area to get a trade with as minimal retail traders on the trade with them, if that makes sense. Now, what I want to explain to you is they've come back to close a contract in the market. When it gets back to this level, this is where we've become aware about being a trader and taking a position in the market. Now, as you can see, it comes back perfectly to my level around the 176, 175, 500 level. And from that point there where I took a trade, we get a 500 pip drop. Okay, very profitable trade, very good. It's still actually going, it's about 550 now. What I mentioned was the 168, 500 level. So if I just come up to the daily time frame, this is where I believe price is going to become exhausted, and it may have a little push to the upside before maybe even coming lower. So this will be something that I update on the weekend video. So be sure to check that out on Sunday. I'll be talking about what I think's coming. I'll see how Friday's price action's gone, and then we'll go from there. So that's the pound CAD. Okay, guys, so next up is the pound NZD. I actually mentioned this on the call with my students on Tuesday morning about the 194,500 sell from the pound NZD. And as you can see, it's now coming down. It's looking quite well. If I just come onto the daily time frame, this is still going to be the main focus for next week, and I'll probably will update this in the Sunday video. It's just that 191 level again. I want to see what happens in this little gap in the market here, see if we're going to get the buy push. And as you can see, prices now, it's obviously Thursday. We're going to expect Friday to push into it, and then we can analyze over the weekend and see what we're going to get for early next week. If I just move to the Euro NZD, I did mention this in my video that I wasn't naive enough to realize that it's going to continue playing off of this, where my red lines are, off of my of the 2-hour setup. It's actually gone to 169. It went to 168, 800, and it's continued having a drop. So I still believe the sell side is where the market makers are. I believe they're pushing this down. It looks like they've come back to this level here, 167, 600, and they're continuing again. So I'm expecting that to come down now, make a new low, where we can kind of maybe look at a possible buy like I did on the pound NZD. And actually I've got an area already marked that I'm watching out for. So that will be around the 165, 500. So again, it's about keeping an open mind on both sides of the market and understanding which way would be the best for you to take. Okay, guys, next up is the main focus. Shout out to the Hawaiian students who have been riding this one with me this week. It's the Euro pound. I've been banging on about it again, talking about patience, the 87 level. I'm starting to feel a bit naive again. I'm starting to feel that this area is now finished with, and it may go and eat the area for liquidity. What I want to explain is, again, there's the transaction that's been made over here, kind of like what I mentioned on the pound CAD, and you can see there's got similarities in the move. It comes all the way down here. Look at price shooting back to the area, but struggling to go higher than this level. This is where I take my trades, and this is where I can understand where the sell area is. So again, what I'm looking at now, we've had a good 90 pip push this week. We've took some profits, closed it, and now we're seeing what's happening. It's come back to the area again. So like I said, it's going to be a bit of monitoring for me tomorrow. I am feeling like this will get eaten for liquidity soon. So there's nothing wrong with me plotting a buy move somewhere here around the 86, 200, 400 level to then maybe go grab that. So that's what I'll be looking for. Keep an eye on this one tomorrow. I feel like there's going to be a bit more action for Friday. Okay, guys, so just a quick update again on something that looks very similar to the euro pound. It's the euro AUD, and it's the 156 level. So 156, let's say 156 500, 156 300, somewhere in there. Price again playing off of this scenario over here. That's where the transaction's been made. I can tell price comes back, has a big drop, comes again, and you start to see this is just where the market makers are adding positions into the market, adding their sell positions to gain more profit without the market having to move too far. This is how they do it. This is how they stay under the radar. So just looking at this now, I'm pretty kind of confident about the euro pound. Again, we've got to keep that naive. Don't be naive to think it's going to keep dropping from here. Eventually, the liquidity will get taken above this area. So it's about, again, having an open mind on both sides of the market. What I'm saying on this right now is if you can get a position at 156, of course, right now it's at 155, 100 pips away. But if it does come to 156, take a position there for the sell. Okay, guys, so just a quick update now on the pound yen. I've been mentioning this area around the 153. Again, very similar theme to what you've been seeing throughout this video. This is where the market makers have made their transaction. I can tell by the big flush down. Price then starts to creep back up, and it's just been sitting here underneath this area in the imbalance. So I just want to see the pound get stronger, strike up towards that 153 level. And again, I want to kind of see a picture like what you're seeing here, and at the top of this bit here where the market turns. I want to see a wick just slap into my red area and then start to reject. It'll be at that point there where I'll make a decision whether I'm taking the trade or not. And I'll be looking at the 153 level for the best type of entry. I can then have a tight stop loss, maybe 153, 300, 30 pips. And let's see how it goes from there. That's the pound yen. Okay, so just a quick update on the EURJPY. So these moves are still valid. They haven't done what I want to do yet. It's only been 4 days since obviously I made the first video. So with this EURJPY, again, if it does, I'm going to be looking at the 13500 level. I want to see what's going to happen off of here. I want to see if price is going to continue going higher. If it doesn't stop there, I'm going to stick with the original move because it still hasn't been touched. It still hasn't been tapped into my candle around the 129, 350 to 200 level. So I've got two things to kind of watch out for here. So again, this will probably be a move now for early next week. This will be something that I analyze on Sunday and probably just give you, I'll move the goalposts a little bit and see what we can do. So let's keep an eye on the EURJPY. Okay, guys, so this is going to now go down into the main focus category for the rest of the week. So this is just going to be something that I'm going to watch throughout the night and, of course, Friday. What I'm seeing here, of course, we've got the lovely double top, all the liquidity above here, which then gets taken out by this candle here on the daily time frame. So if I just come down to the 4, what I'm looking at now is seeing price play off of this candle. So we've already got the reaction. There's that candle that goes and hits it. That's what I want to see. That's looking good. Of course, we've got a nice round number as well, around 79. So this is just going to be what I'm pretty much looking out for tonight and tomorrow. I want to see a sell from the 79 to 79 200 mark. I want to see the yen get stronger, and I can see this coming down to at least 77. So it's a nice 200 pip range there. So keep an eye on that one for the rest of your week. That's going to be my main focus for tomorrow. Okay, guys, so just a quick...
Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Capital A. I'm your host, Ads.
Sorry about that, guys. Just had two things playing at once. Right. What I want to mention is the NZDUSD before I was rudely interrupted by myself. This trade is still valid. The candles have not closed higher than this area. Yes, the liquidity has been grabbed. This is what I like to call a murder candle. They've taken a lot of traders out. They've hit a lot of stop losses. So I now know that this is where they can last be seen, the market makers. So what I want to talk about is the 72,600 level. This is the candle that did it. This is the scenario where I know the market makers have turned the market round. Pretty simple to understand. It dropped from that point. So what I want to see now is very similar to what's going on right now. I just want to see price struggling in this area, kind of how it is right now. I want to see price hit the 72,600 mark. I can have a nice tight stop loss, 30 pips above that area. And let's see how the trade goes. Again, remember, the dollar is known for having strength on a Friday afternoon. So again, let's see if that comes, and that will give us a nice trade to end the week. That's the NZDUSD. Okay, guys, that's all from me this week. Again, we've had them good moves on the euro pound. We've had a pound CAD progressing, still going. So again, there's been some good trades there. Shout out to the students that have caught them. If you want to learn more, guys, reach out to me. I've got a course that will take you around 3 months. And I promise you, by the time you're finished, you'll understand how to read these charts. So again, if you want to reach out to me, the email is capitalatrading@hotmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram. That's adstar10_FX. Guys, follow the investments that I'm making. Hit the subscribe button. Stay up to date with the channel. Take some yourself, and then see how it progresses on your own phone at your own fingertips. Okay, so the power of investing at your own fingertips is what I'm trying to bring to people. Again, guys, have a great trading week, and I'll see you all on Sunday.